Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The new Eredivisie season is almost starting, and that's why today we're going to be doing some predictions. I'm going to be putting together a little bit of a tier list, putting all Eredivisie clubs into the different tiers, into the different position that I think they will end up in by the end of the season. I've put together 6 tiers here, starting off with the relegation teams. Then we got barely hanging on, and we got the rest of the right row. We got the teams that might qualify for European football with the Conference League, the Europa League. We've got the contenders for the championship, and then we've got the actual champions in their own tier. So let's just start right off. First of all, we've got Ajax from Amsterdam. Of course, historically strongest club in the Netherlands, but they have a lot of issues right now. You know, new coach, a lot of players leaving, lots of money, but they haven't really made the signings yet to make up for them. So, you know, last year I think they ended up second, third. I think they're gonna do worse this season, and I'm gonna have them all the way down here in the Euro category. Just so many players, so many important players leaving. Kudus, Tadic, Alvarez, Timber, like that's the whole spine of their team. So yeah, that's the reason I've got Ajax all the way here in the Euro contenders. We'll see where they end up in the final lineup here in a little bit, once we fill everything out. Next up, we've got Go Ahead Eagles. I think they're a little bit of a mid-table club. I think they're mostly gonna be in the right row. Nothing too special. Don't think they've done anything special with their transfer window. So I think it's just gonna be more of the same, somewhere in the middle of the right row. Next up, we've got NAC. You know, Jasper Sillis is there, guarding the goal still, and I think they're also pretty much in the right row. I think I'm gonna place them ahead of Go Ahead, just slightly, but they're gonna be very, very close to each other. Then we've got Fortuna Sittard, which I think is a slightly worse team. They did decent last season for their standards, but I think they're gonna be in the barely hanging on category. And then next we've got FC Volendam. I think a lot of people were predicting them to go down last season. They didn't. They managed to stay up just barely, but I think this is the season they will be going back down to the Kampioen-divisie. Next is Excelsior, also just got back up, another club from Rotterdam. We got 3 clubs from Rotterdam once again. It's been a while, and I think they're gonna stay in, but just barely. I think I'm gonna put them here behind Fortuna Sittard, and I think they should remain here, but it's gonna be close. And next we've got Heracles, the club named after the Greek legend, the Greek hero. And they are usually just an Eredivisie team, but they somehow managed to get relegated last season, and I think they should stay here somewhere. I'm really unsure about them because I don't watch the second competition, but I do think they have the squad and the skills to stay up once again and become an Eredivisie club once more. Next we've got PEC Zwolle. They're always a bit of a yo-yo club, and I think it's time for them to yo-yo once again. Gonna put them here together with Volendam. I will put them in front of Volendam. But I think they're going to be relegated once again. Just don't have the confidence in them. They've never been a club that's just been steady in the Eredivisie. And I think they're going to go down once more. And then I think to finish off this row of relegation, we've got Almere City. Also promoted, and they just don't have the squad depth to remain in the Eredivisie, I think. I think most people have Almere just going straight back down, which is unfortunate, but someone will have to do it. Now let's move on to the top of the table instead. We've got PSV here, who have lost quite some important players last season. You know, they've lost Gakpo, now lost Xavi Simons. Madueke is gone, I think, right, to England. That's a lot of attacking threat that they're missing. And last year I actually had them winning the league in my predictions, but unfortunately Feyenoord managed to do it, fortunately. And I do think that missing Gakpo there was a big issue. I haven't really seen them do any signings to replace that attacking power yet. Not sufficiently at least, so I don't think we're gonna manage to do it again. this season, I think it's going to be more of the same. They're going to be up there. I think I'm going to put them in second. I think they're going to be just short of the guys I have at the top. Feyenoord, I am biased of course, you know, wearing my Feyenoord top. But I do think they've done well to strengthen the squad once again. We've lost important players as well. Kuksu, Gertruida going, but we've kept Jimenez, who might be the best striker next Eredivisie season. We've kept Slot, we've got that continuity going. We're developing well as a team, and I'm confident we can do bits again this season. I think we're gonna go back-to-back successful title defense, just win it twice in a row. I'm down for it. Don't know how long it's been since Feyenoord has done that, but I can feel it. It's gonna be this season. Next, we've got another very solid team, FC Twente. They're up there as well. I think they ended up 5th place last season. And I think they're going to be in a somewhat similar place, but I am going to put them in the Euro category here. But I will put them ahead of Ajax, because I just think Ajax is a mess right now, and I don't see how they're going to be contending with the best teams this season. FC Twente have lost their best player, but they're very solid defensively last season, and I think they're going to be able to continue that, and that's going to earn them loads of points. And I'm going to put them here in the Euro category, probably in 4th place overall in the Eredivisie this season. Next up, we've got the 3rd club from Rotterdam, Sparta. Also very solid performance last season, maybe a bit of an overperformance, but I will put them in the Euro category this time around. Not a place you'd usually see Sparta if you look just historically, but I think they've got a really solid squad. Kept a lot of the players, a lot of exciting players, fun players, good goalkeeper as well, and I think they're just going to be in this Euro category. They will be towards the bottom, but I think they just managed to make this cut-off between Euros and right row. Then we've got FC Utrecht, which is like a best of the rest kind of team. I think they're always near that sub-top, always in there for the battle for European football, and I think I'm gonna put them here as well, before Sparta, but behind Ajax. I think that's a solid place for Utrecht to end up. And next we've got the King of the North, SC Heerenveen. No longer a rivalry with Groningen now that they've been dropped down. And I think they've had a really solid season last year, and I think they're going to be continuing on a similar trend. So I'll put them with Utrecht and Sparta here in the European football category. Then to finish off the top of this list, I'm going to put AZ here in number 3. They've also lost quite some important players, a lot of midfield threat, a lot of creativity gone, but so far I think they're just a really solid team overall as well, and I think they're going to be able to continue their performances from last season to a decent amount. They still got Klaas, still got Carlsen. If they can get their striker going again, they're still going to be a very dangerous contender team with a shot of winning the championship, but I am going to put them behind Feyenoord and behind PSV. And now the final 2 teams, I'm going to put both of these in the right row here. RKC Waalwijk, also just a middle team, not great, not amazing, not horrible, and I've got them here, just smack dab in the middle. And to finish off the list, we've got Vitesse. I'm going to put them here at the top of the right row. Always a dangerous team, solid team. They've got some good players always coming through, but they have lost their Russian connection with Chelsea, so they no longer have the same kind of young talent flowing through consistently, which I think is going to hurt them in the long run. And that's why I put them in the right row instead of the Euros on this tier list. So there you have it. This is my tier list for the Eredivisie 2023-24 season. What do you think of my placements? What are your placements? Let me know. I'm going to be tweeting this out. There's a link in the description if you want to make your own. Tweet those at me, and yeah, we'll see. I think Feyenoord is going to do it back to back. Of course, nothing is for sure, but this is what I'm going with. At the end of the season, we'll recap, see how well I did, and then you can tell me how wrong I am. So if you enjoyed, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you boys later. Peace.